All right. The reason why you're experiencing low customer traffic inside of your gym is because it's not because you don't know what you're doing when it comes down to training, but the reality is this happens because you don't quite understand exactly who you're targeting, and being a good trainer is not the equivalent of having a lot of customers that want your service. So how do you take this and turn it into your favor? The first thing that my suggestion would be for you is to learn how to market who you're talking to and be very clear on the actual customers that you are targeting when you're doing this. Because if you don't, you're just casting a wide net, and that's not going to get you more customers. But then again, you already know that because you've been trying to do it and it's not working. So how do you fix this? First of all, I'm going to tell you how to improve your traffic, and I'm going to make it clear why you haven't had the kind of foot traffic that you want and that you desire to show off what your true capabilities are. Now, before I explain this, I'll let you know what my background is so that you're very clear that you're talking or listening to someone that's actually credible. I've done 7 figures online. I've done 7 figures in a gym. I've written 29 books. I've worked in a multitude of the top sports industries that there is: NFL, boxing, MMA. And one thing that's been a common thread is I figured out how to monetize my services because I had something that I had to offer. I also understood who I was talking to, and that is what creates the catapult in what you're trying to serve to the people. Now, here's what a lot of trainers sound like, or gym owners, when you ask them what they do. Well, I teach boxing. I have boxing. I do CrossFit. But what you're not doing is talking to, you're talking at. Or you're so great, I think no one cares. You're so great, that benefits who? It only benefits you. So now we have to learn how to create conversation for the customer that is looking for, maybe they have knee pain. Maybe they're on the borderline of diabetes. Maybe they cannot get rid of this gut and they're going to a class reunion. Maybe they're about to walk down the aisle in 6 months and want to lose 25 pounds. You're not talking directly to them, because what these people are typing in when they go to Google is not what you think. They're not typing in best boxing gym in the world. They're not typing in best CrossFit. You know why? Because they are not experts in exercise science. What these people are typing in is gym with best weight loss statistics, cheapest gym, most affordable. Here, like, it's not what you're thinking. So this is where we're going to fix this. I have 3 things that you're going to have to pay attention to. There are 2 categories that when you're in the gym business that you have to pay close attention to. And these are what we call the operation. And there are 2 components. One is audience. And this is why most people fail, because when they set their net out there, they want to serve everybody. And you can't serve everybody because not everybody's for you. When it comes down to the presidential election, or the primaries, you got to choose a side. You're either a Democrat or a Republican, or you might play the middle and be an independent. So you can't cast the net out to get everybody to vote for you. People are separated in categories for a reason, separate parties. All right. And this is how you have to think about your training when you're setting out as an owner. Now, here's the thing that the owner has to realize is, first you have to learn the audience. And then once you learn what audience you're going after, because are you going after youth, teenage kids that are very athletic, or they want athleticism, cross training? Are you going after the people who just need confidence and self-defense? Because these are big demographics. What you have to do is do the homework and do the data shift, meaning shift your mind to what you want and learn how people who think about business, Smith and Barney, Hewlett Packard, Microsoft, they know who their customer is. You think they made $1 trillion and don't know who their customer is? You don't think Apple knows who their customer is? Apple's customer is people who believe in what they believe in. Steve Jobs set that precedence decades ago, and that precedence resides until today. You believe exclusivity. That's why people are more proud of their iPhones than they are of their Androids, because Android is all about inclusivity. They want everybody to be included. And that's why they're neighborhoods. They're gated communities. I know I live in a gated community. You can't just walk into our community. There's exclusivity. The higher up the food chain you go, the more exclusive you are. Apple gives you exclusivity. And so how do you go about doing this? You have to find out what their problem is. Maybe you're going after people who just had a divorce. Maybe you have a program for men that you can have very in-depth conversations. Maybe you have a service for women who've been divorced and they have kids and they're having to figure out how to become a single parent. Even though the other parents around, you're still a single parent, because whoever's with that child 24 hours a day is with that child and is grooming that child. So maybe your program basically gives them a little bit of leadership, a little bit of life skills and coping mechanisms. So all you have to do is do the research on yourself. What categories do you actually fall up under, right? That's audience. That will help you refine who you're targeting. Because if you just want to work with competitive athletes, then you can work with competitive athletes in all of the industries. Because if you're teaching a specific skill set, maybe you're teaching mixed martial arts, or maybe you're teaching boxing or kickboxing, that gives them the cross training. So you can work with soccer players, football players, baseball players, tennis players. You are utilizing your skills in a teaching science to cross train them and elevate them. The next category is operations. All right. This is where everybody goes wrong, because 9 out of 10 restaurants close down, meaning they don't make it. Why? Because 9 out of 10 restaurants are started by chefs. I say it all the time. Just because you have a skill in something does not mean you're a business owner. That's why 99% of people choose to work a job. And that's why social media is so important, because people who are scared to go out on their own could dabble their foot in the water and start doing affiliate marketing, selling somebody else's stuff. But it's your own individual business and practice. So your operation is so important, and that's fine. But you have to get the courage in order to go about doing it. And so how does this look? Operation is all about infrastructure on the inside. What is your customer experience? And what is the overall journey of your customer? Most of you want to get people in, but they have no prerequisite of what that experience for the customer is going to be. The experience can't be measured on how many times you smile during a service or a session. It can't be weighed on how good you smell or how often you go over to their house for Thanksgiving or pop up on birthdays or celebrate with them at social functions. That's not experience. Experience is what is their experience when they walk through the door. What is the experience when they come in? Are you operating in a professional manner? Or are you eating the rest of your sandwich that you had at break time? Are you talking to other people or texting while you're on your phone? in their session? Are you so comfortable with them that you're not truly giving them an experience? You're just making it as if they should be glad to be on your calendar. Because this is where a lot of people don't understand the infrastructure that requires you to have a process where they are accepted, or they are received, or they are welcomed every time. They have an actual process that they follow when they come in. Do they sign in? Do you have a measuring thing like I put yesterday? There's a athlete report sheet. Do you keep that going? Do you reassess their progress? Do you make adjustments to what they're doing? What is their experience? Can they always brag about how you treat them based on you constantly being willing to make adjustments to what they are doing? This is all about professional operations and that journey that you're taking them on. Then you want to make sure that there's a journey. There's all of these different sticks are in the ground as you go through these progressions. And this is what we call the value ladder, their progression. The journey is all about solving more problems that they were actually dealing with. Maybe they came in for weight loss. Maybe they came in to be a better athlete. But what the actual journey is marking off things that are much deeper, much more ingrained in them that they didn't even realize they were there for. They could be coming to you for trauma that they're experiencing through that divorce, through losing the championship last year, through going through a breakup. All of these different things come into play in real life. There's no one right now that's happy all the way through from top to bottom. Money does not define happiness. So your role is to extract that through these interviews that you give your customer, things that really connect you to them. And infrastructure is all about having things in place like referral programs. The infrastructure is what makes it come full circle come to fruition. And 99% of owners don't really have that stuff in place because they don't really see the value in it. You know why? Because they're paying so much attention to how good they are. I can guarantee you not one of you gives a damn about how good Tom Brady played 3 years ago when they won the Super Bowl. You don't. And they don't care about how great you are as a trainer. They just want an outcome for themselves. So they can show up at the beach and they can show up at their class reunion looking the best and feeling the best that they've ever felt in their lives. They want to run that touchdown 100 yards and win the Super Bowl. They want to score the winning bucket 6 times and win 6 titles like Jordan because you had a process in place, not just a skill. This is the difference between successful businesses, multimillionaires, and people who will always find the same issues going on because they don't find new problems. When you continue to climb the ladder, you'll find new problems. When you continue to stay the same, your problems stay the same. So let's get out of our own way and start serving the people and understanding the structure of business and operations. Remember, there are 2 forms that the business is categorized under: audience and operations. Learn the 2 and continue to get educated in the confines of being an entrepreneur, a business owner, and get yourself on this road to 7 figures. And we say, hello, 7. Let's get there. Take your time, play the game the right way, and you'll find yourself inside of the winner's circle. That's all I got. I hope this gave you some value today. And if it did, continue to follow for more. Until next time, as we chop it up tomorrow, we'll make sure that you guys see what we do to create the ads for our individuals. Yesterday, we showed you an ad that we created for one of our coaches in the Top Trainer U program. And this ad basically will be put into play so that he will be able to attract people while he's training on the training floor. And with that being said, that's what's so important about having the right people in place and having the right process in place. And let me get to it. Yesterday was a busy day, as you can see. So we did this ad, and the ad is going to work for him while he's working, and that's how you continue to acquire customers. The most important thing is making sure while you're working, so is your voice, attracting more people. So until next time, continue blessings. Coach Bradley, and I'm signing out. TikTok, thanks again. Peace. All of you guys over here, continue to follow for more. So long.